Liverpool's 4-3 win against Fulham was title deciding. Honestly, the level of leadership to get back in the game, the level of bravery that Liverpool displayed against Fulham was at points mesmerising. It was so dramatic, so end-to-end. Obviously, Liverpool showed a lot of frailties throughout the game defensively, conceding 3 at home to Fulham. A side that aren't doing particularly well in the Premier League is not ideal. But I think Liverpool are possessing this kind of aspect of bravery, almost adventure, to see what they can do in a game, see how they can get back in it, see how well they can try and use their position and get a win out of dire circumstances. The result against Fulham was the most Liverpool-like performance ever in the final 20 minutes. They always believe, and Trent in particular just encapsulates everything right about Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. Never say die attitude, and I think Liverpool look absolutely electric. Now, obviously in this video we'll break down some of the weaknesses, some of the frailties that I think Liverpool still have, but why I think this win could be a seminal moment in Liverpool's attempt to win the Premier League title under Jurgen Klopp, especially with City looking frail. Let's put it simple. And of course, Rodri being out for the Aston Villa game, it gives Liverpool even more impetus in the next few fixtures in the Premier League as we approach halfway through the season. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Would really appreciate that. I don't know what to say about Liverpool. They started off very, very well. They've given the free kick to Trent. It should be a Trent free kick. I mean, someone has taken it away from him and given it to Bernd Leno as an own goal. But the quality from Trent, and he's shown that obviously against City, shown it all this season. He's popping up in more advanced positions. He's popping up even sometimes left, sometimes right. On average, far further up the pitch, making a more attacking asset, and he's scoring goals. He's got quite a few goals to his name this season. And you do think that if he can keep getting in these big positions, he hits the ball as well as Steven Gerrard. He's got an unbelievable shot on him. If Liverpool can get him into these kind of positions, these advantageous positions where, Salah, Nunes, Diaz do all the work and something pops off outside the boxes or kind of rebound, Trent might be the #1 player in world football that you want hitting long-range efforts. Anything that you want someone to cleanly hit the ball, he is your man, 1,000,000%. Even someone like McAllister, who scored an unbelievable goal. We're talking... It reminded me a little bit of Yeboah for Leeds, a little bit of the Cristiano Ronaldo against Porto, that kind of where it rises into the net and comes off the crossbar. It was an exceptional finish, it really was. And McAllister, I think, absolutely has looked fantastic in the last few weeks. He's playing in that midfield with Ryan Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, and I think Gravenberch frees him up massively. I think Gravenberch's kind of trajectory into the Liverpool side has been a little bit slower than Liverpool fans would want. But Liverpool playing high, they play relentless, they put sides under pressure, and obviously Fulham do very, very well to get back in the game, and then Bobby Reid puts them in a winning position until Endo steps up with it's another world-class effort from 25 yards out, just outside the box. It's a great curling effort from a player that really hasn't, done too much this season, hasn't been trusted in the big games. Obviously, he comes on and makes a difference. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold again from the edge of the box from a corner, smashes it. And it was so Steven Gerrard-esque. Even the kind of belief, the kind of celebration into the corner, wheeling off into the Anfield faithful. You do feel that Liverpool have got this X factor over Arsenal, this X factor over City, especially at Anfield, that they can play until the 95th minute with belief that they're going to win the game. At the moment, City, I feel that when they're down, look a little bit flat. Maybe a lack of adrenaline after what happened in Istanbul, what happened in the FA Cup final, for example. Liverpool are hungry. Liverpool would have seen what City did, thinking they could have won the quadruple themselves. They're only a couple of games away from it. Only a couple of seasons prior, with 95% of the same squad still playing. That's when Diaz came in and all these players that are still there. Plus, you get in Nunes, Szoboszlai, McAllister and Endo. And Liverpool's still got this nucleus of a side that can go far in 4 competitions, that can go far in the cup competitions, but keenly can go far in the Premier League. They're a side with belief, they're a side with a lot of poise. And as much as I hate to see it as a rival fan, there's something enjoyable about the way Liverpool beat Fulham today. Long range efforts, hitting and hoping, but not in a kind of their chance and their luck kind of way, but hitting a ball true, hitting it with quality. We don't see enough of that in modern football today, and Liverpool are displaying brilliance going forward and hitting those kind of efforts. And Trent scored a very similar one against City, obviously a bit more central in the goal, but that kind of effort that he hits cleanly, strikes through the ball, absolutely superb in my opinion. Now obviously Liverpool got defensive frailties, and I think that's what will cost them in the Premier League title race, in my opinion. Because you can't be conceding 3 goals to Fulham. The way that Harry Wilson was able to run past I think it was past Van Dijk actually for his goal. The way that Bobby Reid was able to beat Tsimikas far post on the corner. Tsimikas isn't in the same breath as Andy Robertson. So these guys defensively are still struggling. I still think they need... I thought Endo was that player. I thought they were just going to give Endo a lot of responsibility, a lot of time. Obviously, he's a relatively experienced player in European football, maybe at the wrong level for what Jurgen Klopp wants straight away. He has to kind of maybe get him adjusted to the speed of the Premier League. But Endo came in and made a big difference today. I thought he was decent against Spurs for a little bit of a cameo when I watched him when he came on in that game. And he's come on and made decent performances when he's come on for Liverpool this season. So I think maybe Endo might be the example. Obviously, you don't want to go out and keep saying, oh, spend more money. But maybe Liverpool, if they got that money that they had for Lavia, that they had for Caicedo, go and get that defensive midfielder. Go and get someone with quality that can cover ground and allow the Van Dijks of the world and the Gomez's of the world to breathe. Matip as well, of course, and have less defensive strain. Because if this front 4, 5, 6 players that are all, the Nunez's of the world, Gakpo's, Diaz and Salah, for example, Szoboszlai and Trent. If all these guys are going forward, if you can have that defensive capability to shore things up at the back, then Liverpool will be a major, major force in the Premier League running. There'll be no question about it. But they have to get that midfield right. They almost need prime Fabinho back to where he was a few years ago, because I feel like a lot of what Liverpool did well was because of Fabinho's work. Obviously Jordan Henderson as well. Naby Keita when he came in at points, and Oxlade-Chamberlain, that kind of midfield. Even Thiago, he's not playing much. Liverpool need to sort their midfield out with the energy and the work rate. I think Curtis Jones has got a big role to play in this, and I think Endo in particular, who had a fantastic appearance when he came on. What a goal from Endo. So all in all, I think it's a massive win for Liverpool in the title race. It shows that their rivals, that they've got this never say die attitude at Anfield. Obviously City and Arsenal still have to go there. And if a title race comes down to 3, 4, 5 points, Liverpool's ability to be fierce at home, to be so full of adventure, believing that they can get back into games late, I think it's absolutely huge in many, many ways, which is a little bit daunting for the rest of the Premier League. Let's be completely real. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Liverpool are looking like a force, and we've seen some crazy games in the Premier League this weekend.